I have a really cool hardcore world, but my storage system is the literal worst you've ever seen. This is how many shulkers of random stuff I left behind over the past year. So today, we're fixing that by building automated... Nah, I lied. I emptied out all the shulkers into a nether roof chest monster, and we're just gonna go about our business. I'm taking all 298 of these shulkers in the 17 colors that I found them in, and I'm turning them into an art installation to celebrate the 2-year anniversary of my world. But before we do that, a quick recap of everything that happened over the past year. 1 year ago, I dug out this room and called it the Hall of Years, where I made this flower out of all the shulker boxes that I had left behind in year 1. Since then, I transformed the area under my main base into a proper cave, finished the entire castle interior, I made 2 new projects from scratch, and I got rid of all my gear to play a secret Skyblock series in the hardcore world. Now, we've got all the shulkers, let's go to the Hall of Years and turn year 2 of this world into an art piece. While I fly over there, if you want to see the world for yourself, I just uploaded a new version for my Patreon supporters. You can also play the world together with your friends on a Rocket Notes server. Use code LOONY for 25% off. Okay, the Hall of Years is located here under the Hall of Fame. Let's see what I did last year. I mined out the room, I left a lot of end rods, and then we have the flower of all the year 1 shulker boxes. Yo, there's a hole in the ceiling here. Oh, that's awesome! We can use that to get in and out of the room. I got all the shulker boxes over to this place, but now I need a little bit of a construction platform. Okay, let's get some chests from the starter house, which is right up there. And then I want all the chests color-coded so I know which shulker box is in which chest. Okay, so on the left we have the default color. I have the most of those, 76 in total. And then if we go to the right, there's going to be fewer and fewer of each color. By far the hardest part of this challenge is being restricted in how many blocks I have in each color and having to use them all. I actually have a really good idea. All the shulker boxes are set up, but what if I get wool blocks? So I can use those instead of the shulkers, then I can just get the shape for the design, and I'll just replace all of them once all the wool looks right. That just means I have to make a quick trip to the wool farm. In here, we have pretty much every color of sheep, so I can get all the wool blocks I need right here. Well, almost everything. I actually need purple blocks because you don't have those in wool color. But if I'm lucky, I might be able to find some in the chest monster. You guys want to bet how long this thing is going to be here? Let me check some chests and hopefully I'll find it. Oh, okay, we have purple, but I probably should have taken this from my normal storage. That's a problem. Luckily, I've developed a perfect coping mechanism to not worry too much about my storage issues, so let's just start building this art installation, shall we? My plan is to build it in this corner. I think if we go for a mask, we start with the eyes and then build like a face structure around it, we might be able to build something that is not the most terrible thing to look at. So the first thing I gotta figure out is the location and scale of the eyes of the mask, and then we'll build the rest around it. That's actually not a bad shape, but I think the angle is wrong. I changed it up, let's take another look. Okay, that's gonna be much better because that means the mask is slightly leaning towards us. Now I just gotta build the second eye and then we gotta see if it looks right. I think this is gonna work. Now let's start with the shulker boxes that I have an absolute load of, 76 regular purple colored shulker boxes. I'm mostly gonna use these to shape the mask around the eye sockets. Okay, I made like a brow on top that goes out quite wide. Let's take a look. It gives me insect vibes, like a horned beetle or something. But it's a good foundation. Now we gotta add some color. I'm gonna start with the 16 purple blocks that I have just to accentuate a little bit around the eyes. Right, I've used 12 of them so far. That looks nice. Then I have 8 cyan, which I can use around the outside here. I think symmetry is honestly key with this thing. So odd numbers, I have 1 block in the middle, and then even numbers, I can spread them on both sides. So I can use those blue ones, the 3 that I have up there, and then maybe we'll fill that in with some light gray. Then we'll put the normal gray and the black up there as well. Oh my god, this already looks so messy and I just got started. But in all honesty, I don't hate it. I think we gotta open up some space with my platform in the corner, and then we're gonna start working down and get the mask shape in there. These usually take some trial and error, but I'm just gonna go off feel here. I gotta make sure that I keep the angle where the mask leans forward a little bit. Okay, that's good, but it can be way steeper. Yeah, that's much better. From here, it's gonna get way trickier to make sure I use the right amount of blocks. So I'm gonna take every color, however many shulkers I have, I'll put that many blocks in my inventory. Right, so I have to place green and lime blocks, and those are gonna work terribly with some of the other colors. So I kinda wanna put them outside of the mask. What if I put them like way on top and we make a jester hat-like shape? Then maybe put lanterns on those at the end. Okay, that works for the shape, but oh my god, am I glad that I decided to put the green outside of the mask. Those colors suck. Okay, next up we have pink, which is sort of terrible in its own way, but it works really well with the purple, so I'm gonna use it for the nose section. Then we have brown and orange, which can go along the outsides right here. Yo, this is low-key looking kind of trash, but trust the process. So the orange and brown along the sides work as sort of a trim, but now I need to figure out the mouth. I think we're gonna go black, and I'm gonna try this line. So I tried to go for a smile, but this looks like a grimace more than anything. So version 2 is not much better. At this point, I didn't really have any thoughts on how to fix this, but I did get the yellow in place and that looked kind of alright. Actually, taking out 2 red blocks in the middle helped a lot. Now I just need to fill in the bottom, the chin section. I think we're gonna go light gray here because I still have a bunch of those. Right, with the chin filled in, we're down to the last blocks. I'm gonna put a light blue over here. Let's see what else we have. 2 yellow, 3 green, 1 lime, 1 normal. I think I'm just gonna put these in the middle. If I have 2, they go on either side. If I have 1, they have to go somewhere right in the middle. So that was not as straightforward as I made it sound. I just spent like 30 minutes figuring it out, but I've extended the jester hat to have another point in the middle, and now I think it kind of works. Let's check it out. Okay, just my perspective, but for the absolute block vomit of colors that this is, it looks kind of dope. But I actually think it's time to start replacing the blocks with shulker boxes so they can get their final form. Now, I would love to tell you that I had some crazy effective technique for this, but it's pretty straightforward. Jump on there, use the shears to get rid of the wool, and place the shulkers however is most easy. Okay, so I still have 6 magenta shulkers left, which I forgot, and then 1 normal shulker. So I figure we can use the magenta ones as sort of eyebrows. This actually looks kinda neat. Before we call it a day for today, I still have to do a little bit of progress on the room around it. Because right now, if we look around, there is end rolls floating everywhere. Which means the entire room is super light and that does not look great. So I'm gonna fly to the starter house, then I'm gonna pick up some stone and make stone slabs. And then if I activate the light level render in Mini HUD, I can see the light level, which in this case, I'm looking for any block that has a number on it. Whenever I see a number, I put a slab there so it becomes a spawn-proof block. And if everything is spawn-proof, I can just remove all the light sources. That way we can use the light to design where our attention goes in the room. Now, there were a couple hard to reach spots like this one, but I think I have most of the spawn-proofing done. Which means it is time to get rid of all these end rolls that are floating everywhere. Removing these things low-key felt like a minigame and it was really fun. If you're curious how all of these end rolls ended up here in the first place, I just randomly placed them while I mined out the room. Okay, I think we've got all of them. Now let's take a look. That looks so much better. There's still a couple floating I see. But if we make the room dark, we now have our full focus on the flower from last year and the mask that we just made. This room is going to be one of the weirdest places in my entire world and I absolutely love it. Last order of business. I already put the lanterns on the build as well. Now we just got to build a pathway around here so we can actually see the room because right now there's not a great view. I just need to get the wood for the walkway, but I gotta go to the main base first because my elytra is getting low, so I need to fix that. Okay, gotta get our key here. Throw it at the keyhole. Down through the jump of faith. That is my elytra durability fixed. Now I need spruce slabs for the walkway. I know I have them in storage, but I also saw some in the chest monster, so I'm just gonna get it there. Right, let me go through these chests. I can't believe that since the beginning of this video, my storage somehow got worse. Anyway, I got what I needed. Let me mine out this corner here, and then I'm gradually gonna slope down along the sides of the cave wall. I'm literally going down like half a block every few blocks. And then right here at the end, we need a bit of a viewing platform. Then we just gotta add guardrails and lanterns. And for now, I think we're gonna leave the room like this. Last year, we dug the room out of nothing. We made the flower. This year, we fixed the lighting and added the walkway around. I can't wait to add the third art installation in a year, if we're still alive by then. Thanks for watching. I'll see you same time next week with a surprising video, because I'm making a big change.